What is up, you beautiful bastards? It is Monday, 10:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means only one thing, that Jukebox Trivia is live. It is actually our first singles match in well over a month. And we have a newcomer coming in. He is challenging one of the fan favorites of the league. We have El Diamante Loco, Rob Clark, taking on, as I nicknamed him, Despacito hating Dan Skip Allen. But these two are not only people here on the stream. I am joined today by my co-host, fellow question writer, and number one contender for the Jukebox Trivia Championship, actually going on next week. He is the minor threat, Matthew Rosa. Matthew, how you doing today?
I'm doing very good. I'm looking forward to this game because I had a lot of fun writing the questions for this one, and I think it's going to be interesting to see these guys go out of their comfort zone a little.
Alrighty. Well, do you want to conduct the pregame interviews? We'll get into the minds of our competitors.
I would love to. Let's start with our resident luchador, El Diamante Loco. So this is your first match in any of our fan leagues. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So what was it that inspired you to, get your start going here in Jukebox Trivia?
I was asked. A. B. Gets me out of solitary confinement for an hour, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's always a plus. So what do you consider your areas of expertise when it comes to music?
I'm so young. I'm just 18 years old. So I'll say anything from 1990 on. That's a lie. Anything 80s, 70s, 60s. I'm terrible at country music, so I'm expecting that.
Yeah, country is kind of a crack in the armor for most of our competitors. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing your knowledge of those earlier decades and seeing where that gets you. So now we're going to go over to the beloved Dan Skip Allen, who had an amazing match over in Multiplex earlier today. So where are your areas of expertise, Dan, if there are any?
Not Britney Spears, fuck Kevin Federline. Not Despacito, fuck freaking whatever, Pitbull, whatever the hell his name is.
Those are all the great.
No, that's all the crappy music. Metal.
The four pillars of modern music: Despacito, K-Fed, and Britney Spears.
Yeah. Screw all that crap. Britney Spears looked good in this little schoolgirl skirt. That's about all she had to. That was it.
We're learning a lot about your character, Mr. Allen. So what are you hoping will get asked today?
Well, my strengths. Brooklyn knows my strengths. So eventually I'm going to get some questions in my wheelhouse. I mean, this is my third time doing this. Last time Zaddy has had all the answers, and I don't know. I want rock and roll questions. Please, can I get some rock and... Yeah, am I older than most people that play in these leagues? Sure. But you know what? Why do you have to ask questions that I don't know? Ask something about something that I know.
I promise there will be some rock and roll questions, okay?
You know what? The thing is, I actually spent a whole weekend listening to Billy Joel and Elton John preparing for that daggone match, and we never had that match.
Well, we did have it. You just weren't available.
I know. I'm just kidding around.
All right. So back to you, Brooklyn.
All right, guys. Let's get right into it. Round one works like this. You have 8 questions from from 4 random categories, but 4 predetermined categories, as you guys gave us our strengths earlier in the week. You have 15 seconds to return your answer on your whiteboard, piece of paper, cat, or sandwich. You do not discriminate what you put your answers on. Once that 15 seconds is up, you will speak as well as reveal your answer. Each question is worth up to 1 point. I also want to remind our competitors that we have 3 GTE rules as well as a challenge. If you are unhappy with the ruling or wording of the question, be sure to throw out that red challenge flag, and we will review accordingly. Any questions before we start?
The JTE rule, of course, named after famed Colombian film critic Josh Tapia.
All right, guys, let's get right into it. Matt, you want to take the odds? I'll take the evens.
I am more than happy to take the odds because this one has a special place in my heart. Question number 1. In the category of modern music, what French-American artist recently released the smash comeback hit, Nina Cried Power? I love this song. Love the whole EP that just came out by this artist.
I'm not actually sure of this song. Definitely, modern music is one of the cracks in my jukebox record.
It literally is fresh off the presses. I believe it came out a week ago now.
Oh wow, that is about as modern as you can get. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down. We're going to Dan first. Whiteboard is incorrect, and Rob.
Oh, Nina Simone.
We're looking for Matt.
That would be Hozier, famous for "Take Me to Church."
Hozier.
Oh yes, that song that was famous for about a week. Question number 2,
Try
guys.
2 months.
Yeah. Question number 2, guys, is going to come in the category of soundtracks. What track by Thin Lizzy has been the anthem for the 13th season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I
this
adore this show.
Actually a favorite show of my brother's, so he would probably get this. But you would probably say this is the softball of the round.
Yeah. This is, if you know anything about Thin Lizzy, you should get this. And also, if you know anything about what's going on in It's Always Sunny, it plays into the current, arc of the series.
All right, and we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna go to Rob first. That is absolutely correct for 1 point. Dan, were you able to get that?
I don't watch It's Sunny in Philadelphia, so I wouldn't have known that was a theme going on with Boys Are Back in Town. So sorry.
You owe it to yourself to watch It's Always Sunny at some point. All right, so question number 3. In the category of hip-hop, what artist is currently locked in a heated rap beef with legendary artist Eminem?
I'm going to comment on this very quick. I think this is actually a great thing for the hip-hop industry.
Yeah, they're both putting out fantastic tracks for this little beef we have going here.
Yeah, I believe Eminem, much like Ryan Stiles in Whose Lies On Anyway, actually works better whenever they're pissed off. 5.
That is a fact.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to Dan first.
You guys know I don't know anything about rap music or any of these people, but I put Kanye West.
It is not Kanye West, but that is not surprising.
Admirable guess.
Rob.
And that's Machine Gun Kelly.
It is Machine Gun Kelly.
Correct. Or MGK, as he prefers nowadays, but both are stuff.
Always got to acronymize those words. Your 4th question, guys, a jukebox staple, is a follow-up question. There is a follow-up question for question number 3. What is the title of Eminem's response track to MGK, which gained 50 million views in 24 hours?
It is the 2nd most viewed video in 24 hours of all time, behind only Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift.
And I mean, if you want to look at a steaming pile of dog shit of a song, you look at Look What You Made Me Do. I remember hearing it on the radio for the first time.
A song that samples I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt and is somehow worse is really an impressive feat.
No. I heard it and I'm like, Taylor, you need to go back to country. 5, 4, 3.
Oh, she'll get there.
2, hopefully. Pens down. We're going to go to Rob first.
Give me Rob.
No, that is incorrect. Dan.
I think this might actually have something to do with I'm a white rapper, maybe?
I mean, he is a white rapper, but the answer that we're looking for is Kill Shots.
And actually, one of the lyrics in the song is, "As long as I'm still shady, you're gonna be in the shadow. You're still gonna be in my shadow," because he is white. So it is a statement about them both being white rappers. So,
All right, we now go into the strength portion of round one.
All right, first we start with the Crazy Diamonds strength. So question number 5, in the category of Pink Floyd, what is the name of the quote-unquote Crazy Diamond, who was the original lead singer of Pink Floyd?
I mean, the guy has the nickname El Diamante Loco. He has to...
If he doesn't get this, it is going to be really embarrassing.
It'd be like John Roca almost missing that V for Vendetta question.
Yeah.
Used to.
Which, man, that match was just stolen by Winston. He was so good.
One,
So
he is pretty entertaining. Pens down, please. Pens down. We're going to go to Dan first.
I don't know. Was his name Tommy?
His name was not Tommy. He's not my father. Rob. Sid Barrett is correct.
Sid Barrett.
All right. We now go into question number 6. We now go into Dan's strength, which is the band Shinedown. What is the name of Shinedown's 6th studio album?
This is a recent release for Shinedown.
Yes.
They secured a #1 from this, so they're back, I guess.
Shinedown for me is one of the more consistent bands of the modern of the late 2000s, early 2010s. They're not great, but they're not awful. Like, they're just middle of the pack.
They have the second most rock #1 hits of all time, behind only
really?
Van Halen.
Wow.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna go to Rob first.
I said Downshine.
That is not correct, but bonus points for humorous answers. Dan.
Attention.
Attention. Dan is on the board.
Oh, I love this one. Question number 7 in Rob's strength of the 80s. What one-hit wonder do we have to thank Tommy Two-Tone for?
I believe somewhere in this world, Jeremy Adams is singing this song at the top of his lungs.
Oh, so is Sandy Robinson.
Yes.
They're both. They're harmonizing perfectly right now.
Two-Tone? What the fuck? I've never heard of Tommy Two-Tone.
You definitely have. You just don't realize that you
definitely heard this song. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to Rob first.
309.
That is correct for
That
1
is
point. Dan.
I knew it was Aha, but I put Take On Me.
Yeah. Aha, the great Norwegian pop band.
They are.
We now go into the final question. This is another one of Dan's strengths in the category of alternative rock. What alt-rock band has released such albums as Ignition and Americana? I almost said what alt-rock band has realized. Like,
that's probably because that's how I wrote it.
What alt-rock band had an epiphany?
I think my phone decided to autocorrect on that one.
Possibly. But this is a great band. This is actually one of my friend's favorite bands. He saw them multiple times.
They were great for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They often get forgotten about. I think there's a lot of other bands of that style that they're more thought of. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to Dan first.
Okay. I said it twice.
Yeah. Well, all right. It's very close, but I'll give you the repeat. What alt-rock band has released such albums as Ignition and Americana?
It'd be a big hurt on Dan to miss his strength here.
Using up that first repeat. We'll see if it pays off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to Dan first. Dan, did you get it?
Did you hear me say repeat?
Matt, did you hear him say repeat?
I think I did, actually. I think he did get it in time.
Okay, it must have been said while I was doing the countdown, but if you did hear it, then we'll allow it. Second,
I heard a loud noise. I didn't hear repeat, but I'm sure that's what he was saying.
All right, so we'll do some. You do, yeah. All right, Second of three repeats. Your question in alt rock is: what alt rock band has released such albums as Ignition and Americana? I think this might be the first time we've seen a competitor use 2 repeats in round 1. We are going to see if it pays off. 5.
Well, this 1 point could be pivotal.
3, 2. You are not wrong. 1. Pens down. Dan, those 2 repeats, did they pay off?
I just put Salerno.
That is incorrect. And Rob.
Daily Roth?
Daily Roth is once again incorrect. We're looking for The Offspring.
Oh, never mind. I wouldn't have got it then.
Neither of you are gonna go far, kid.
I'm not a big fan of The Offspring, actually.
Oh, really?
Seen them in concert. Didn't like them.
Okay. All right, guys. So after round 1, Rob actually having an impressive debut, going 4 of 8. Dan, unfortunately, only getting the 1 point, but you never really know. Round 2 has been a devilish of a round, and it works like this. Dan, since you are behind, you're going to pick either side A or side B.
Because my last name begins with A, I will go with side A.
All right, side A. So that means, Rob, you are going to pick 1 of 4 categories from side A. Each category has 4 questions that are each worth up to 2 points. Though with each question, you have the option to go down to multiple choice, which brings the value down to 1 point. Keep in mind, competitors, that there is stealing involved, so keep your ears perked. If you do have the opportunity to steal, we are going to automatically repeat the multiple choice answers or the question, depending on where we are at point value. So once again, Rob, Dan picked side A for you. The questions we have are as follows: metal, punk, alternative rock, and Nickelback.
Metal.
Metal. As HT, what's it? Matt, do you want to ask Rob his
sure,
metal
because
questions?
you're not going to want to pronounce this. What band was fronted by Euronymous until his demise? This is very famous if you know the scene that this is coming from.
I do not. I will say multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Death, B, Burzum, C, Gorgoroth, or D, Mayhem?
Look, D.
That is correct. He was killed by lead singer of rival band Burzum. So, yeah, there you go. Question number 2, in the category of metal. Who performed the glam metal one-hit wonder song, The Ballad of Jane?
Ballet Guns.
That's correct for 2. All right. Question number 3. What thrash metal band fired Dave Mustaine after the release of their first album?
Metallica.
Yes, that's correct for 2 points.
I love the parentheses on that question.
I put in parentheticals, throw him a bone. Question number 4. What is the name of the frontman of Iron Maiden? He has held the position since 1981.
Bruce Dickinson.
That is correct for 2 more points. Wow.
Alrighty, Matt. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Rob has 11 points after his performance.
11-1.
So we are not officially in knockout territory, but Dan does need to make up some ground here. So Dan, once again, you need to pick one of these categories. The categories you have available are punk, alternative, and Nickelback.
Alternative.
All right, we'll go alternative. He has it as a strength. We'll see if this team is able to make up some ground here. Your first question in alternative rock is as follows: what is the name of the artist who released the hit "Sunflower" in 2018?
Sunflower. Wow. Sunflower. Man. Hey, what? I don't think I've ever heard that song. I guess I'll have to go to multiple on that.
All right. Is it A, Manchester Orchestra, B, Portugal the Man, C, Rex Orange County, or D, Just for Kicks?
Well, I've only heard of one of these bands, so I'm just going to go with the first one, Manchester Orchestra.
All right, that is incorrect. Rob, a chance for a 1-point steal.
Say Portugal the Man.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for Rex Orange County.
That's a bit of a killer because I love that. I love that song.
All right. Your second question, alternative rock. What years have the release of Nevermind by Nirvana?
Well, it has to be sometime in the either late 80s, early 90s, so I would imagine. Oh, God, I need 2 points here, but I can't afford not to get a point. Seems like the answers would be
2,
multiple.
1. Multiple choice? All right. Your options are A, 1991, B, 1993, C, 1995, or D, 1997.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be in the 90s, early 90s. I got it narrowed down to A and B. What's the name? Well, could you repeat the question again?
Yeah, that'll be your final repeat. So you have no more repeats going into this. What year saw the release of Nevermind by Nirvana? Your multiple choice options are A, 1991, B, 1993, C, 1995, or D, 1997.
93.
That is incorrect. Rob, a chance for a 1-point steal.
It's not.
91 is correct for a 1-point steal. All right, third question in alternative rock. Who is the lead singer of 9 Inch Nails?
Oh,
This is the gimme of the round.
he did the soundtrack for Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Yes, he did some work for David Fincher. Yeah. What the hell is his name? God damn, I know this. Multiple.
Is it A, Mike Hughes, B, Gerard Way, C, Trent Reznor, or D, Rivers Cuomo?
C.
C. Yes.
That's correct. You
Alrighty.
have finally scored a second point, Dan.
Well, I
All
should
right.
not have to go to multiple. I knew that.
So I will say
The ultimate
that
episode from-
that you were Dan. You are currently behind by 10. If Rob gets a 2-point steal, he will have eliminated. Or no, there is no knockout here because if he gets it, then he could still hit all of his to tie. So ignore everything that I just said. Your fourth question in alternative rock. Name the band that released the 2000s hit "Mr. Brightside."
Killers.
Killers correct for 2 points.
It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this?
It was only a kiss.
I love the Killers. So
It's only a kiss.
2005.
All right, so as we go into round 3, Dan getting progressively better in alternative rock. He was able to get a 1-pointer for his 3, and then the 2-pointer for his 4th question. So there was a good improvement, which I'd love to see. We now go into round 3. Matthew, do you actually want to explain the rules for this?
Yeah, sure. So in round 3, you're going to pick 3 numbers. We're going to go to you, Rob. We're going to go to Rob first. He's going to pick 3 numbers between the categories of 1 to 10. It's going to be 3 random categories, and he's going to get a 2-pointer in the first category he picks, a 4-pointer in the second category he picks, and a 6-pointer in the third category he picks. And then Dan will do the same. I'm going to ask Dan's questions, and if we get to Rob's, Brooklyn will ask Rob's because we swap because of the rounds.
Yeah.
So,
And before round 3, I always like to go to the cool kids in the chat, and it is actually Jessica Morgan, Zadius Smith, and Russell Howell keeping things pretty active, playing
House Night
playing
Fury.
along. House Night Furry is the actual correct answer. We now move into round 3. So Rob, like Matthew said, you get to pick 3 numbers between 1 and 10. Pick those 3 numbers.
7, 8,
What was the first one? Sorry.
6.
6, 7, and 8.
Good.
All right. And Dan, can you please pick 3 numbers that are not 6, 7, and 8?
1 lucky number for me. 2 is another lucky number for me usually, and I've been picking 5 a lot in these trivia matches, so we'll stick with 5.
So 1, 2, and 5.
Thank you.
All right, 1, 2, and 5. Going those lower numbers. We'll see if he's able to get some points here. He is down by 8, so he needs to hit his 6 and either his 2 to tie or his 4 to take the lead. Matthew, you want to ask questions?
Yep. All right. You picked number 1. That corresponds to metal. Your 2-pointer in the category of metal is, what Metallica album features the hit song 1? For metal fans, this is easy. For non-metal fans, this is a little tougher. I think this is actually one of the best metal albums of all time. It's so greatly cohesive.
Metallica is quite the discography. 5.
Ride the Lightning.
And Justice for All. I was gonna say, Dan, we did a Metallica playlist this summer.
I know.
Gotta hurt missing that one. We now move into your 4-point question. You picked category number 2. You are gonna need to hit the stay alive.
Your question, though, comes in one of your strength categories, alternative rock. Who is the current lead guitarist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Well, I mean, if it's not Flea, I'm a complete moron. So I'm gonna say Flea.
And
your winner.
By way of technical knockout, El Diamante Loco, Rob Clark. Matthew is correct. Flea is a lead bass guitarist, but you're looking for Josh Klinghoffer. Or Klinghoffer, depending on how you pronounce it.
That was an impressive showing.
That was a very impressive debut. Dan, unfortunately, just missing, having some bad luck there in round 1 with those with some of those modern questions, and then just not being able to find that sweet spot at alternative rock. But I'm going to go to the winner today, Rob Clark. Rob, how do you feel in your debut? You didn't even have to answer any round 3 questions.
That was fine. I'd be more nervous than I was. They felt it.
I'm okay, Rob. I'm really sorry. The mask is awesome, but I think unfortunately I'm not able to hear you as well. So we may have to reveal your true identity there and see. 'Cause I can't quite hear you as well. Oh.
Was that here?
It was actually Rob all along.
It's actually Rob.
And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Well, Rob, how do you feel? You got 12 points there in the 2 rounds. How did you feel about going with metal?
Well, I heard the options. First of all, one of those options was incorrect. Nickelback is not music.
I think everybody else would agree with you, except for maybe Caleb Coho.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. One of our lovely writers, Jim Green, gave us that category. So you have him to thank for that.
But metal was fine. I was worried it was going to be newer or death metal-y stuff. Antic did Death on Mayhem. The other stuff was pretty simple.
I was going to say, there was some Norwegian black metal in there.
Yeah.
Like we've talked previously, Rob. You have watched a lot of the matches. With this W today, who is somebody you would like to compete against in the future?
Oh, I don't know. I'm definitely not ready for this guy. Rose is pretty tough. But I'll try anyone. That doesn't really matter to me. Cody Newberry, maybe.
Yes. Put this man against Cody Newberry.
I mean, would you really want to go up against Cody? He does have a technical knockout.
4-point gate, baby.
It was an impressive showing. It was 4 well.
Utter dominance.
Well, this match might be actually in the books, but we now move over to our fortunate loser, Dan. Once again, Lady Luck rears its ugly head and just unable to hit your sweet spot in alternative rock. How do you feel about your performance today?
Those questions I should have known. You know, I shouldn't have had to go to 2 points for Trent Reznor. You know, I mean, it's been a long day. It's been a long weekend, and I'm pretty tired. Maybe my being so tired played a factor into this, or maybe I should just not friggin' do Jukebox trivia anymore. I'm not.
Man, okay. Stop it right there. You are a wealth of knowledge. Maybe
you
like
could perfectly play Malcolm.
Yeah, you are like me. Because like myself, if you've watched any movie leagues, I know fuck all about movies. I actually quit teams, but I know how to debate movies. I know how to talk movies. So I've been able to apply that into various things. And like we had, Dan, we had you on the Metallica playlist, and with you and Sandy, we actually had some pretty thought-provoking conversation on metal itself. So. Don't shoot yourself in the foot like that. You have a wealth of music knowledge. You got to learn how to apply it. But I do want to go over to my co-host Matthew Rosa. Matthew, how did you feel about the match?
I think Rob is someone to look out for. He did not even blink on those metal questions, so I think that may have been a quiet strength of his. Maybe 80s metal specifically could be a strength he could request in the future.
Ooh,
something like that.
Maybe him versus Sandy in an 80s hair metal match.
Him versus Sandy would be the greatest battle because this man knew LA Guns like it was nobody's business, and that was considered one of the harder ones of that round too. And he just nothing. He didn't even have to sit for a second on it. He wouldn't even let me finish reading the question. I think that was really impressive, and I think Dan. He just didn't get his questions tonight.
Yeah.
There were 3 modern music questions in the first round, and he's not good at modern music. That's a hole in his game. And it just kind of shows him.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap it up for today. I do want to thank my co-host and the competitors for coming on today. The winner, El Diamante, Loco, Rob Clark. Where can the Jukebox heroes of the world find you?
The only thing I can remember is maybe Twitter, Snark Yeti. That's really about it.
All right. To our loser today, but all around great guy, Dan Skip Allen. Where can the cool kids of the world find you?
You can find me at Dan Skip Allen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Also at From the Fourth Row at WordPress.com, where I write movie articles and anything that comes to my mind on my blog. And if you really want to read my movie reviews or sports articles that I write, I write for Cinesportstalk.com. That's CINESPORTALK.com. And multiplex co-host of Sports Battlefield with Mr. Tim Smith. And we're looking for that guy right there, Brooklyn, to get into the battlefield.
I am very excited to get into Sports Battlefield. To my co-host today, Matthew Rosa, where can the Jukebox heroes of the world find you?
You can find me on Twitter at OTOYT Music. You can find me on all other social media platforms at On the Tip of Your Tongue. You can find my song Better Half on Spotify. We recently hit the 10,000 play mark. What? Super bonkers. And we actually found ourselves a nice little place on the Billboard Folk Heat Seeker charts. It's a really obscure chart, but it is a chart nonetheless. And my second song, Miss Wyoming, is slated for release at some time in October or November. So be on the lookout for my second single.
All right, and last but definitely not least, I'm the Black Lantern Brooklyn Vale. You can find me right here on Take 3 Productions, running not 1 but 2 shows. This show, Jukebox Trivia, we go live every Monday and every other Wednesday. We do trivia and debates. You're going to check us out next week, where it's actually going to be the Jukebox Championship. We have Matthew Rosa taking on Luca. Hope found that in what is going to be Match of the Year candidates. And be here to check us out on actually this Wednesday, and be sure to be on the Take 3 Facebook page later on today, where we're actually going to be doing the draw for or who the panelists are going to be for the Jukebox playlist edition of Epic Rap Battles of History. And you can also find me right here at Take 3 Productions on Thursdays doing the Late Night Take 3 podcast. We do various topics, pop culture. Be sure to check out the one we did last week where we had showdown guest Winston Marshall. We got to interview him after the live event. And you can also find me on Twitter, BK10. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you think you can take on Rob Clark and kick his El Luchador ass, you be sure to check us out on Jukebox here Facebook page and the Take 3 Facebook page. Also, guys, we are fans of the Schmodown, and be sure to check out their Patreon, www.patreon.com/Schmodown. Anything that you can provide is much appreciated. Even just sharing the link. If you're able to get, the product that they give, we're all fans of this. The product that they give is something that I believe should be paid for, and any dollar amount helps very much for them. So once again, guys, that is Dan.
Starving artist.
Once again, that is Dan. That is Matthew Rosa. That is Rob Clark. I am the Black Clergy, Brooklyn Vale. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. Right after this match, we'll be doing the draw. Cheers, and as always, drive safely.